extra hot. I'm so excited right now. Nah, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Jack in the Box podcast. It's been a minute. We haven't done this in a while, but the boys are back in our own several seats, not necessarily quarantined, but, you know, in our own separate respective spaces. What's up, gentlemen? What you guys been up to?
We're alive. We survived.
Just living, you know, trying to stay woke. With everything going on. Yeah.
Ain't that the truth, man? Have you guys been quarantined or have you had any health concerns with yourselves where you have had to, like, you know, hunker down?
No, I mean, everything's been pretty good, but I think I have to credit that to just being aware and doing early, like, quarantine stuff, not going out, not going shopping, you know, always wearing the mask, staying clean.
Do you guys use Instacart?
I do, all the time.
All the time, right?
Nope.
Yep.
Do my grocery shopping.
I don't. I haven't used it at all.
I actually signed up. I subscribed for Instacart so that I can get a discount on the deliveries.
What is it like, though? Like, when they bring you your food, is it everything you expected, or have you had any issues with it, or what?
So as long as you're not getting, like, produce, fruits, and stuff like that, it's good. You can get deli stuff. They don't really pick good stuff. Like, you know, if you go for the fruits, you're gonna go for the best.
They just
apples,
go for the first thing.
Strawberries. Yeah, they're running around and
this guy said pineapples. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it was pretty messed up. On my last one, I asked for strawberries and grapes, and I was like, "Yo, this is probably gonna come messed up, whatever." And of course, it did. So she grabbed some strawberries that were literally the next day molded, and just it was all white. And I don't understand how fast that happened that way, but it did. The grapes were good, but I mean, how hard is it to pick fucking grapes?
And you wouldn't think it's too difficult at all.
Yeah. No, and I mean, dude, if you're gonna pick strawberries, you know, go for the nice red ones. Don't pick up any dark looking packs. And you know, she brought me that. It's okay. I took it out of her tip, and I asked for a refund. And I got it all back. So.
So yeah, that's how it is. I've noticed, like, I ordered I don't even know what it was. Oh, a mirror from Amazon, and it came from China. And I was like, China, I gotta hose that shit down when it gets here. And then I checked the where it was, and it was in New York. And I was like, I really gotta hose this shit down when it gets here. And it got here, and I hosed that shit down. Do you guys order anything online and get it and think or wonder, like, where it came from, and if you gotta take any extra precautions for that? George is like, I don't give a fuck.
When my packages get here, I just throw them in the garage for about 4 days.
Okay.
That's about
it. Just die in the heat.
Let them chill there.
Makes sense.
It's like 4 days, 3 days, whatever.
Do you guys wear masks everywhere you go or no?
As we'll see.
Yeah?
Yep.
I don't really go out, so I haven't been wearing masks.
Got you. Man, the guy who goes out to raves doesn't wear the mask. I figured you would have been.
I do my grocery shopping.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that's the thing, bro. There hasn't been any raves. There hasn't been any clubs open. You know, I'm not going to the bar. We're not going downtown. So there's, no reason to wear the mask.
I look forward to wearing a mask just because I'm a Star Wars fan. It's the closest I'm going to get to looking like Darth Vader. So I'm going to put something on just because.
It's true. Speaking of Star Wars, I watched all of them while in quarantine.
I did too, yeah.
Literally sat down and watched from one all the way to, what is it, 9?
Yeah. Yeah, I literally did the exact same thing. And then I found myself hungry for more, so I started watching the Clone Wars, the animated series.
That's kind of what I was thinking about getting into now. The Clone
God,
Wars.
it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, Daniel keeps telling me about that.
And Rebels, oh my God, Rebels is really good.
Really?
Yeah,
I was a big
Dragon Ball fan.
I found the anime ones to be a little too childish.
I dug it, man. I dug it. If you could kind of like just take your brain out and just hit cruise control for a little bit, it's pretty cool to just have garbage TV on for a little bit. It's kind of dope.
I'll have to give it a shot. We'll see what's up.
I love that we get to see our respected areas, and like we get the fans' perspective of like Georgia's sex chamber. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. My throwback PR house.
Yes. Yes.
The China cabinet right there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was one thing. I was like, maybe I could put a sheet back here so it's all black or something, but no.
I really like what we got going right now. That's perfect.
No.
You wanted to talk about You want to talk about working from home? Have you been doing that?
Oh yeah. Well, we both have, right, George?
Look at George. He's like,
All right, you pick
It's
up
cool,
on that?
man. Like, yo, I saved mad gas and tolls.
Yes.
right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's the plus.
Yeah.
That's definitely the plus. But other than that, bro,
Yeah.
it just feels like I don't leave. Like it's just I'm stuck. I'm at work.
Yeah.
I'm in the other room, and then it's like, okay, I need to go break. Come to my bedroom.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, here
it's
I
ridiculous.
figured it out. I think I figured it out like yesterday, or even maybe earlier today. But the house to me is a place of refuge,
Mhm.
right? It's a place of peace. You come to be calm and comfortable. And when you're working from home, it changes that, especially if you're not really happy with what you're doing for work. Working from home then becomes stressful, and your house feels
Yeah.
kind of like gross in a way, because it's no longer your place
yeah.
of peace
Yeah, man.
and refuge. And that's really starting to get to me lately. Like I'm kind of done. I'm actually thinking about going back to the office either this week or next. And I'm not motivated. Like, when you're in the office, you have some different types of motivations. You got people around you that are going for the same goals. And you gotta like really push yourself when you're at the house to do the things you need to do.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
my performance has taken a hit. I've been doing good from home, but I'm just noticing it. There's so much bullshit and micromanagement from text messages, group chats and emails. Like I don't get that shit at work. If I'm there, they don't say shit to me. I just work.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, the interpersonal dynamics are different, man.
Oh, absolutely. And I miss the social interaction with colleagues and friends, and that competition, if you will. That's a good feeling. So it's got its pros and cons, because he's right. I saved a ton of money. No gas, no tolls, hell, food. Like I'm not buying.
It's amazing. Just waking up, take a shower, and bloop, log in. That's it. Like that's another plus.
Yeah, definitely a
Or you
plus.
can literally just roll out of bed and just be like,
yeah. If you're running late,
yo,
you're not really
there
running
was
late.
one day that I actually worked from my bed. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna work from the laptop. I've been trying to find like different spots. I worked from the bed. I went downstairs to the kitchen, and I just been trying to find like different areas. Just maybe like find the zen, like because like Alex said, it just became like so frustrating, so like hectic. I don't know, just stressful. I don't know. Work was stressful, so it's just like I was getting fucking annoyed working from that other my loft over here.
Yeah.
So it's getting annoying. So,
it's important. Like you got to be able to kind
switch
of
up. Try to switch up the scenery.
That's how it is. You gotta kind of traffic what it is that you're seeing, so that way you kind of mix it up. And you don't get stuck in the same routine, because that shit gets depressing, bro. Fuck that. I remember when I was a kid, my dad would tell me, don't do your homework in your bed. Like sit at a desk and do work in a way that your body will always use the muscle memory to know that this is when you do work. So that way you can kind of make that distinguish between this is when I rest and this is when I'm performing. So I think right now that's where my challenge has been. Is just kind of like wanting to work when I'm in such a comfort zone.
People also say that like something similar to that is like not having a TV in your bedroom. Like the bedroom's supposed to be like an area of like
I've heard that too.
Go to sleep basically. So don't have a TV there because just a correlation.
Yep.
You just want to sit there and watch TV, and you have hard trouble sleeping or something like that. Because me personally, I fall asleep with the TV on.
Yeah, me too.
Just put like a little.
What do you put on?
It's horrible. It's the worst. It's the worst. Whatever I'm watching, I just fall asleep.
Wow, no.
Eventually, I don't put nothing specific.
We know what he puts on.
No.
The wetter, the better. That's gross, George. It's gross. I want to know the titles. I want to know the titles of all the shit he'd be watching, because I bet just the titles alone will have him be like, "Ooh, for
some dirty shit, yo."
Me?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We know.
All
There
right,
you
so the
go.
world, it's hard for us to kind of dodge the subject because ever since we kind of got together, the world has faced a global pandemic and has shut down completely. And we are possibly living through the biggest civil rights movement in planetary history, where all 50
Wow.
states have protested for the same cause, and 19 plus other countries are looking at us like, man, Americans don't got their shit together. And they're kind of protesting for the same cause too. So for the first time ever, there's a lot of human energy going towards one
Right.
cause. Do you guys think that we will finally start to see the changes socially that we're kind of looking for?
Hmm. You want to go first, George?
It's rough,
Yeah,
man.
That's the
It's
truth.
like, why? I'm not saying like there. No, we'll see some changes, right?
Mhm.
I feel like
Of
we'll see
course.
some changes, and I
I think we
hope
have
it
seen.
just doesn't. You seen a little, you seen a lot of big names popping up there, a lot of big companies putting the efforts behind it as well.
Yep.
I just hope it doesn't die out, in a sense, just like it's like a heavy movement right now, and just everybody just forgets, and then 3 months down the road, something else happens. So it's
That's
like,
kind of
what?
how it
Yeah.
is, right?
Like, come on. Like, I feel like
Well,
it's just been a vicious cycle going on, vicious cycle, just happening again, over and over and
Over and
over and over.
over,
It's like, come on.
yeah.
I don't know.
yeah. When is the change really going to go into effect? When you said companies and stuff like that, I'm really worried about this becoming like a
Or
trend,
they,
right? Because
or they
they're
taking
worried
it
about
marketing purposes, bro.
right
They
where they're
taking
like,
it for
oh, if we
marketing
don't
purposes.
say something, our bottom line's going to get hurt later on.
Mhm.
And they need to show that they're on the right side of it. They may not believe it or be a part of it, but they need to show that so that their sales and their profit lines or profit margins aren't affected. And so that's one thing that I've been worried about, because there's Ben and Jerry's, right? And Jerry's came out full force, didn't give a fuck about what was going on. They said what they felt and how they want to proceed. But then you got
I felt like
like
that was legit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
right, but then you got
You know,
like Bank of America donating, what was it,
sending
four
like
billion?
emails.
Yeah, and then $4 billion, and that's all they really came out and said. Here's $4 billion that we're gonna donate to the cause. Well, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money, but you're a bank, so are you doing that just because? That's got me a
just
little
to
worried about
say
it.
just to save face.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like the
So
NFL, right? The NFL came
Yeah, that's
came
another
out.
thing
They
too.
were they were totally against kneeling. They
Mind
they
how the
fined
tables have
her
turned, right?
exactly, and then they want to come out and say, "Oh, okay, you know what? We were wrong. You guys were
give
right."
Kaepernick a job, yo.
Right. Yeah. Let's
Till
do
next
something
time.
different. Let me see something that's like gonna wow us. Don't come out with the fucking statement and think that we're just gonna fall in line.
Just a couple months ago, we said that Kaepernick was blackballed from the NFL and that he'd never get a job again just because of the bad publicity that it bring to his locker room. Do you guys see Kaepernick getting a job this season in the NFL?
I hope so.
I bet somebody's gonna get him.
I
That'd be
Somebody
hope
good
has
so.
to,
publicity.
man.
Somebody has to give
Absolutely.
him a
You
shot,
can't.
right?
Yeah, you can't let talent like that go to waste. Come on,
He's a
man.
good
Just
QB, man. Like, he's a good
exactly.
QB. Just he
All
had
right,
something
but
that a
do
lot
you
of
think
people
if a team picks
don't.
him up, they're kind of doing what you just kind of explained, kind of like giving into, be like, oh, we want to show face, so let's hire that guy
I,
because let's be
I
the
don't
team
think
that
he
gave him a
would.
shot.
I don't think he would allow that.
Okay, you think if he's going to join something, he's going to join someone that he really believes is down for the cause.
Yeah, he's gonna see their intentions. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
Okay.
and
Yeah,
at least
for
make
sure.
the best choice that's for him in that sense. I don't think he would. I don't think he would allow that.
You guys,
But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's not just about that though. The whole movement itself. If we're gonna comment on it, it's important to note that it's not just one thing. You have the inequality, the systemic, inequality,
Yeah.
and then you have police brutality. And if there was anything that I was going to come out and publicly say about it, is that we need to keep each issue in check. We can't just keep trying to put it under one umbrella and
Right.
say, this is just one thing, and it's a lot of things. And the two major ones is the racism for sure, and then to me, it's police brutality because I don't think a lot of people are really talking about the different types of cops that you see involved in these type of scenarios, that they're black, they're white, Spanish, Asian, they're from all different kinds of cultures and races, and they all act the same.
Yep.
And they believe they still have that type of above the law mentality, to do this. And police brutality across the board is really, to me, what kind of is what's breaking the camel's back. The racism behind it is just kind of what's been going on for so long, just kind of help drive that more. And so you can be racist, blacks against blacks, Latino against Latino, even white people are mad at their own race to some degree. And the police brutality just allows them to act on it, and so again, that's just one thing that I really hope gets reformed. You hear about defunding and this well, I guess disbanding the police in general.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what we need.
I would agree with you. I don't think that solves the issue.
So that's just gonna be like the Wild Wild West, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be
I mean, look, if we were all as like a world come together, let's be better people and not have crime, and then actually trust that people would do that, then I could see that, because humans ultimately have the choice. Are we gonna do the bad thing, make that bad choice? You know what I'm saying? So from there, that's the only reason why we would need police. But mostly, it's a mental health issue, drug issue. It may not be all about crime per se, but we still need cops, and there are a lot of good cops out there too. I'm not saying all cops are brutos. They're not all bad people. But we need to control it, man. We just need to find a way to find good way of a civil way of handling extreme circumstances, or escalation.
People thought it was going to be the cameras on their vests. They thought that was going to stop them.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's not going to stop them. And then when can they turn them off? When can they not? There was always skepticism there, I think, for me at least.
One of the things I heard somebody kind of propose was, so let's say we disband the police department, and then we have kind of people doing self-policing and stuff like that. What else do you see down the road? Like, what effects can happen from one thing?
What? So we gonna have Batmans out here?
Oh, vigilantes?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what was it like? Put the money back into the communities, have a community-led police force.
What do you guys think about artificial police? Artificial intelligence police?
You mean like robots?
Yeah.
Nah, fam.
Exactly.
Nah.
Even though that sounds like a horrible idea to us now, do you think that social issues could get so bad we're like, no, we can't leave it in the judgment of a human anymore? We need somebody.
Have you not seen that Will Smith movie?
Oh, I've seen. Yeah, no, I did see it. I didn't like it because Will Smith was in it. Okay. I've also seen Terminator, and I get it. I'm not an advocate of this way of thinking, but I was just saying, like, hold on. What if you tell a robot, hey, we're programming you to not see, black or white, so go out, robot, and they'll pitch it to you. Hey, that robot's not going to see black or white, so you're not going to have any of those issues anymore. Do you see anything like that ever happening?
No, for sure. I mean, well, one, we're not even at the technology for robots, right? So I mean, that's they're not. It's not implemented in a sense where they can be on the street.
I bet you there's a whole warehouse underground bunker full of T-1000s just lined up, ready to go. Ready to go.
iRobot, for the record, was a dope movie. And then and no, I don't think we'll see policing robots. What we need to do, I think, honestly, take away the guns from the cops.
Take away guns?
Guns?
I think we should take away the guns from the cops, the regular street cops, right? And then you have special teams that are SWAT members, whatever. Let them carry those guns, for when we really need them. When stuff starts escalating, why are we letting it escalate? Why can't we just let somebody just go?
The gun
they're
trade?
They're gonna get caught later on if they're gonna continue with the bullshit.
The black market trade for gun running is huge, and there's a lot of guns out there. So like you would kind of be disarming the good guys, supposedly, and there'd be all sorts of guns in their hands. It's so easy to get a gun in all sorts of states.
It's the same thing right now with them having the guns or not. The point is they're not killing those guys. They're killing unarmed civilians, particularly black men, while they're kneeling on their neck. They don't even need a gun for that. They're doing it.
But does taking away from their safety make it better?
You're in a line of a dangerous job. You signed up for that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So why take away even more safety from that person?
Because you don't need the gun to do the regular crime stuff.
I mean,
you don't.
That's a thin
If
line.
I show up to a crime scene and the other guy has a gun and I don't, I'm at a
call for the backup that has the gun.
A lot of time required, but I feel you.
I mean, and it may be that, hey, they get away, you know, but at the same time, I think they're gonna get caught. It's just gonna be something that happens later down the road. Let's do the investigating that gets them there. You know, when you step up to a scene and you're not sure what's going on, and you have the choice to pull out your weapon, that's the problem. Because he didn't have a gun; he had a phone in his hand. Trayvon Martin didn't have a gun; he had an iced tea in his hand.
But that wasn't a cop, to that credit. But whatever.
Well, it's true. Sorry, you're right. You're right.
Either way, I feel what you're
that's
saying.
more you stand your ground. You're right.
So maybe because of that, maybe that will show us that it ain't really the gun. It's probably the gun handler, whether it's a cop or not. Somebody needs a little bit more training and knowing of their rights as to how they need to be operating it for what causes. Does that make maybe more? Instead of taking away the tools, maybe educate. Maybe the funding needs to go towards the education and the training.
Yeah, and even for us, like we should have stricter gun laws. I agree with that. I don't think we should take away guns from people. No, hell no.
You just said taking away from police.
Yeah, police. Yes, you know they want to have their own personal carry guns. I'm not mad at that. I'm talking about enforcing a law, letting you choose when you can shoot somebody. To me, if you're a peace officer, right, then you need to keep the peace, not escalate it with a firearm. You know, it should always be going the other way.
Should it be kind of like the military? You know, usually with military, you have to get approval before you take the shot, right? Well, unless you're like let's say a sniper, you know.
So they did something like that in they did something like that in a show.
Like approval.
Yeah, right? I don't know if you saw HBO. What was it called? It's the new HBO, Watchmen, I think it is. Mm-hmm. So
Watchmen. You had to like ask request to take the gun out of the thing, and the guy got shot up.
Exactly. That's another way of looking at it too. Yeah, maybe we get smarter with technology and allow that to be a choice that's made. You know, based off of what we're seeing on the gun camera. Holster. Yeah, that could be.
Until you get approval, but I'm saying like maybe you have to draw, you have it right, and then you be like, hey, permission to take the shot, like some shit like that,
That's interesting.
That's a good point.
I can see that, but when I calculate being in the heat of the moment and that guy having a weapon advantage over me, who's better to make the call? The person who's there in the moment, or is it the person who's at some dispatch who says, yeah, you know what, we've evaluated the situation, even though it took us 3 minutes to do it, you might be dead. Yeah, go ahead, take out your gun now. Does that make things better?
I think it takes a second to make a choice than an instinct, right? Mm-hmm. I think they would give a moment to reflect on what's going to happen as opposed to, adrenaline making that choice for you.
Yeah. Now, we never know if a good guy is a good guy or a bad guy. So let's just say, for all intents and purposes, that's a bad guy. That bad guy has about a second, like you said, to make a choice. That means the cop has less than a second to react. Is that still enough time to wait for dispatch to tell you whether or not you can use a firearm?
Well, I mean, if you're just looking at it at that split second and that split moment, then no. I mean, I agree with I don't think it's
that split moment is the running time for every one of those moments.
Right, but I would have to argue take a step back. Okay, if you know you're in a position where a criminal can make that choice and end your life, you're not going to put yourself in a position for that to happen in the first place, right? So, an example: the cops coming up to your door and ask you,
coming up to your door is too much. Coming up to your door might be putting himself in the position.
Exactly. So now it's get out of your vehicle. Now you can't even approach your vehicle? Well,
you have to have pre-communication. I would say, I'm approaching the door right now.
Right, or get out of your vehicle, come to me. Lift up your shirt, turn, make sure I can see visually before I'm going to interact with you physically.
Now, if it's a bad guy, he has bad intentions, he's going to not want to do any of that, and he's going to want to react differently than not everyone's going to follow cops' directions. It just
okay, and that's where you then have the escalation, right? So the guy's either going to run off, right? Or get out of his car and start shooting, whatever he wants to do, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're secure in your vehicle, or you're in the cover of your vehicle. Well, who do you call? The next step, right?
If the guy's shooting at me, bro, I don't want to hide in my vehicle. I want to shoot back. If his intentions are to kill me and my intentions are to come home to my kids, I'm not going to hide in my car that can get shot up, dude. Nah.
Well, then we go to George's thing, right? Hey, I got the shotgun locked up. This guy's firing on me. I need to release the shotgun. Okay, approved. Boom, boom, boom. You can get in the shootout all you want. But I doubt anybody's going to be a cowboy like that. So if you ask me, no, you're getting shot at.
There's some. I mean, there's some instances.
You can look on YouTube, bro. All those videos are there of people being cowboys. All the
there's
way.
sometimes that they just go wild. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's, like I said, it's a thin line, bro.
And it's a huge, complex issue. I mean, we're just throwing ideas out there, but
a lot of people out there call it a thin blue line. But let's keep moving. The pandemic. Out of nowhere, like we were telling people to stay home, don't go outside your houses, do not leave. And now there are thousands of people out in the streets wearing masks, of course. But there are thousands of people everywhere. So like,
pandemic.
I saw a real cool meme that had me laughing. It was like Corona had the world beat in the finals 3-0 and lost to racism. That blew my mind. And, are you guys still afraid of Corona? No?
Yo,
yeah,
I have my guard up, baby. I got my guard up. It's still, that bitch is gonna creep up.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
She's gonna creep up from the side.
Wait 2 weeks now and see what happens to all those protesters. If anybody has a little bit of a cough, a sniffle, or a hiccup, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna wait it out. We have a long summer ahead of us, and I'm very patient. So I'm hanging out.
And it's not just the protesters; it's just like people going out to bars, clubs, beaches.
Have you done that? Have you visited any bars, any clubs, anything like that? Restaurants?
No. I mean, I've been to restaurants, but
okay.
So that was a work thing. That was a work thing.
That's okay. That's what's up.
It was a work thing. I was
trying to notice over there. Was everybody away from each other? Did the servers have masks?
Yeah. For the most part, a lot of servers had masks. The tables were separated. Like every other table was empty. Like they had it closed off basically. But the restaurant, it was a grand opening, so nobody was really there. So.
Word up. See, I'm afraid to go to these places. I don't know why. Not afraid. I wouldn't say I'm afraid, but I just feel like it's just a smarter choice to just take my time. That's what it is.
Right. It hasn't been worth it enough for me.
Right. There you go.
I think Natasha went to L House on Friday. Yeah, she went to L House on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baby girl.
You better put the reins on that, bro. You better.
Them zingers though, right?
Hey,
the zinger mount.
What?
And what are those little green things? What are they?
I'm not gonna name names, but I know somebody who's been out all the time, even with a broken foot. I'm just like, yo, how can you be going out and doing these things?
Trying to think who amongst us has a broken foot.
People just impatient, bro. People losing their patience being home. Pero pa qué, bro?
Yeah, some people got stir crazy.
I love being
protesting.
Home. I like being home. Not
I do too, but listen, you gotta live a little. We gotta get back to living life and enjoy it too. So, I mean, there's a certain point there. I just haven't found it worth it. Yeah, I guess that's the thing I've been breaking. People been coming over here. I haven't had to go out because they just want to party here. So,
He's not doing the intro, but I
just like the sound.
So we just gonna let it rock. Blitzkrieg. You wanna feel this vibe? You best know how to act out. Come along with Silver Side. This shit will make you black out. You wanna feel this vibe? You best know how to act out. Come along with Silver Side. This shit will feeling like I'm done with my mental abilities cause of all that I've been through. Walking my shoes, they just don't fit you. I can see ghosts without doing a ritual. I cannot feel you cause I am too visual. Learn with my eyes if you take me too literal. Searching my brain, but that is too visceral. Breaking out like Wolverine in the Sentinel. The truth is really I'm sick of you. Take you to school like if I was your principal. I do this for me, individual. Murder these bars like if I was a criminal. I torment these words and these syllables. Spit like a psycho cause I am not typical. Torture devices and keeping it minimal. Taking my time, call me unforgivable. You wanna feel this vibe? You best know how to act out. Come along with self inside. This shit will make you black out. You wanna feel this vibe? You best know how to act out. Come along with self inside. This shit will make you black out. Black out, 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 black out. You wanna feel this vibe? You best know how to act out. Come along with self inside. This shit will make you black out. Simple back, psychotic on the track now. Got a funny feeling that I'm about to act out. I should probably put the bottle with the jack down. Fuck it, I'ma keep chugging till I black out. Big bumps, man, I think I got a rash now. If you on my shit list, then you fucking assed out. All the names on my list get scratched out. Cause I lash out, spaz out till I pass out. Yo, I'm sick, got corona with the mad cow. I'ma milk the game and slaughter your cash cow. Think you up for coming, but you never getting back out. Why the fuck you think they call it a trap house? What you doing bringing rocks to a crack house? I'm the type to throw rocks at your glass house. Only way you leaving here is in a body bag. Cause I'm dumping bodies when I take the trash out. You wanna feel this vibe? You best know how to act out. Come along with self inside. This shit will make you black out. You wanna feel this vibe? You best know how to act out. Come along with self inside. This shit will make you black out. Black out, 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 black out. You wanna feel
Go, pop, pop, pop.
So what do you think? What do you think? What do you guys think about that guy? What do you guys think about that guy, Tekashi 6ix9ine?
He's a snitch, but a lot of people would have done the same thing. So
Yeah, and you know
Okay.
he's just
I think
taking
a lot of
advantage of.
people would have done the same thing.
He's
Okay.
just taking advantage
It
of
is
the
what it
wave
is.
that he's got, you know. So I can't be mad at him, bro. That's money to be made there
All right, no doubt. Do you listen to his music?
all the time.
All the time.
All the
Listen to
time.
his stuff, man. His
Yeah,
things,
he's-
his music is just hard. It just hits.
Hits hard, yeah.
That's about
sure.
it. Like,
He's one of the great. He's one of the
it's not
greatest alive,
lyrically.
bro.
It's not like I'm not there to be like, yo, let me get them lyrics, bro. Let me get them.
Yeah, it just
But,
slaps, you know.
his beats, his beats are dope. This part was stupid. I hated that part. Oh my god, I hated that part.
Mira, freca, freca, freca. Shut up, nigga. We ain't listening to you. We listening to the beat.
Did you finally hear all of Bad Bunny's Quarantine CD or album or mixtape?
Man,
Wait, there's another album? I thought there was 2 albums and that was it.
There's a third.
Third.
Yeah, I haven't been on
fuck
that
outta
one.
here.
I haven't been on music lately, bro.
No?
I just been listening to podcasts. That's
What kind of podcast you listen
no
to?
music. I've been,
What you been listening to? What kind of podcast?
Real estate podcasts.
Ah, that's right.
I've been listening to a lot of real estate podcasts lately.
That's right.
That's about it. And ET's podcast. That's about it.
E.T.?
ET.
What's that?
You know who ET is?
Nah.
He's a
maybe
motivation
not.
speaker. He had this one video that hit that broke. You know, it was it was about breathe.
Oh.
You know,
E.T. Taylor something or other?
E.T. Thomas.
Thomas, there you go. Yeah, big black dude.
Yeah.
Chiseled.
Yeah.
That's what I think of. Whenever I see sometimes.
See, it's called Secret to Success. That's his podcast.
That's cool, man. I didn't even know he
I've
even
just
had a
been
podcast.
listening to a
That's
bunch
dope.
of. Yeah.
Hey, man, why you got that
that's
to
where
your
I picked
face?
up this.
I feel like I got punched in the face, bro. Look at that shit.
What'd you do?
That's
Oh,
Tekashi, bro.
Ah,
That's how hard Tekashi slaps, bro.
yo, that could be a spider bite.
Slap me in the face, son.
That could be a spider bite. Ten
No
cuidado.
me digas eso. No me digas eso,
Oh.
brother. All right.
Could be a killer wasp,
Yo,
killer
so
bee, or killer wasp. Oh,
if there wasn't enough for friggin' America to worry about, we got the global pandemic, we got civil rights movements, we got murder watch from Japan. What else is gonna hit us? If you guys were to predict something else. For
Yeah,
us to get hit
hurricanes
with.
coming soon, baby.
Hurricane season.
Hurricanes coming soon.
That's what
Yo,
I
them
was.
tornadoes that hit.
The tornadoes.
Son.
Yeah, that was pretty epic this past weekend.
I was like, man, and like my roof, I'm changing the roof, so it was halfway done. They just had like a layer of the black tarp that they put on for the house, the sealant basically, and then they put the blue tarp.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is bad timing for that shit.
Real bad timing.
But nothing happened.
Still, man, I think
there weren't no leaks. So
it's gonna be the story of the summer. Is gonna be all the.
Get your water now, bruh. Go get your water in your TP. Shit.
Absolutely, it's going down. It's about to go down. People don't even understand. That's what it is. When you live in Florida, we know these things, man. We can see the apocalypse coming from the Keys, so it's going down. Going down.
Yeah. Hurricanes, but no. The hurricanes was an easy guess. Zombies is next.
You really, bro, you really want these zombies to happen.
I do. I think it's gonna happen, bro. Think about all the vaccines. There's 130 something of them in development right now. Okay, none of them are being tested.
I love this so much. I love it so much.
Zombies, bro.
Turning everybody into zombies. Yeah. There's a need for
some
it.
stocks in one of those.
Everybody doesn't want. Nobody wants a coronavirus. You did?
No.
I put some stocks in one of those companies that are making a vaccine. Yeah.
I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that too.
Right now, man.
I mean, shoot. Because once one of those hits, everybody's gonna have that.
They're all gonna like.
Yes, that's it.
Bite
that's
off of that one.
Yep.
You know.
That's the one thing that the entire world is buying. The one thing on the market that the entire world will be purchasing. So interesting to see. Did you guys, speaking of the market, did you guys notice that right now we're doing the show from Zoom, which is very popular nowadays because a lot of people have been using it to work from home and whatnot. So did you guys see that the abbreviations for Zoom, when traders went in to invest, they assumed that the ZOOM or whatever it is that they use for it in the market was a different company. They were investing into a completely different company that had nothing to do with Zoom, thinking, oh shit, the popularity of Zoom's going up. Let me, buy into that for a little bit. And ended up being, so the stock in another company that has nothing to do with nothing, all of a sudden it just went up because people blindly bought into it for no reason. Did you see that?
Wow, no.
I didn't hear about that.
Happy little accidents, man, like Zoom. It just happened.
What I did hear was Zoom wasn't too secure. Like it has some
definitely
breaches.
not.
Oh, it did have some breaches, but that's
absolutely.
why with the passwords, now that's why they're covering their asses on that. But a lot of people were hacking into it regardless.
Yeah, man. Still, it makes nothing safe. As long as if you got a phone and you hit accept before any app you got on there, you're selling your soul. Your soul's gone.
Right. Gone.
We're putting our virtual selves into slavery before we even get rid of our physical selves. What are you gonna say?
I had invested like a couple months back into this one company called Veritone because iHeart uses their services to basically transcribe our on-air stuff. So basically what we use it for is to basically find commercials of like clients and stuff. So you just type in like a keywords, boom, you find the spot and you type in so their stock has gone up during the COVID too for some fucking reason. I'm just like, oh, nice and look it. So
things like this make everybody have to makes the world have to operate differently. So I've been able to, it's cool to see all these little changes, like how things that we didn't really see the need for before, all of a sudden is necessary. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Yeah. Did you guys participate in any protests?
I have.
You did?
I have. Corona's real, baby.
Yeah, Corona's real.
I haven't, when it comes to protests, I haven't been too worried about that. But, I've been working from 11 to 8. I'm not trying to go out there past 8 because that's when the shit really starts to go down. And
I just don't need it. I think I'm at an age where I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, well, I want to go out there and show my support because it has been weighing heavy on me. Don't get me wrong. But it was like the day that I could was Sunday, and it was like storming all damn day. You know what I'm saying? So, for the people out there, good on you, but I'm also not trying to get sick. You know, beyond coronavirus, I'm also not trying to just get regularly sick either. Being out there in the rain, walking around. So
it's tough. I had to choose health over heart, but you know,
It is what it is, man.
I'm with them. You know, I'm gonna be donating. I haven't figured out where yet and who, but that's one thing that like I said, it's been weighing heavy on my heart. So I want to do something for that cause. So that's probably gonna be down the line, but
yeah,
you know, do what I can when I can. You know,
helping out small businesses kind of seems like the thing that a lot of other people have been trying to do too.
Yeah.
What kind of
I've been trying to do that.
like how like what I'm trying to think about myself. Like what have I been doing? It. I still go to like Publix and
Like if I go to a
I've not been
restaurant,
playing my part.
I mean, but like if I go out to eat, you know, like if I'm ordering something out to eat, I try to do like a smaller business, not try to hit the big chains as much.
That'd be the best way I can do it. Yeah, to
like
those
there's this,
spots.
like, you know, for tacos, you know, if I want something, there's this MX Tacos that open up in Waterford, and their branch, that's their second location that they have in Orlando. The first one is over there by Mills, so they just opened one in Waterford Lakes. So been going there. I went to the Jamaican spot across the street from Waterford. It's Gold Crust, I think.
I don't know.
So that's a black owned spot as well. So that shit is good as hell. That shit was great. Had some goat.
Okay, see, I was gonna ask you, man, what the hell did you?
Yeah, see, there
goat,
goes
baby.
You know, bull balls.
You know what I'm saying?
A goat
and then a Jamaican patty.
Cow tongues. Like I can't be fun with this kid,
bro. Yo, you just gotta expand your palate, bro. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, I get that.
Expand that palate.
I get that. Like I'll have a gyro or gyro, but I go like, how was it served? Like with broccoli?
Nah, they serve it with better rice. Better rice and
broccoli.
Then, like, yo, what happened, Alex? They had some coleslaw, like a coleslaw thing that they do with like some collard greens in a sense.
Yeah, that sounds appetizing. All right, well, I mean that's what I gotta give it a try. Can't knock until I try it, I guess.
When I've been doing delivery services and I'm ordering for, you know, from spots like Zaza's, for instance, or something like that, or even some of the Japanese spots that I've been hitting up here recently, it's always like, you know, do you want to give an extra $2 or $3 to that? So I've been doing that. And then I've been supporting them delivery drivers, that's for sure, because I feel bad that I'm not going out there, but then they're getting my food for me.
Essentials.
So I'm always tipping really high. Like my last public lady got $15, so I was like, all right, but you know,
nice.
Good looks for shopping for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's been about $15 to $20 every time I get groceries.
Wow. Extra, right? On top of.
Yeah, on top of because they don't get the delivery fee or anything. I think, you know, whatever they pay them, but the tip goes straight to them. Well, then I'm always tipping them big.
Gotcha.
You know, because they out there, they're doing their thing. I'm sure they're doing it for a reason. So, you know, make it worth their while.
Do you guys see sports or concerts or events like that coming back?
Well, we know NBA is coming back.
NBA is coming back.
For the fans, though, like in the sense of like having us, like the way it used to be. Or do you think?
I don't think it'll ever be the way it used to be.
It's gonna be down. It's gonna be down the road eventually. I think once there's the
vaccine
and all that.
Vaccinated.
Yeah, I feel once that happens, then possibly that'd be all right.
And that's
it'd be kind of crazy. They try to fill up. They try to fill up the stadiums like they try to social distance everybody in the stadium.
Yeah. Have you seen that? They've been doing that with soccer.
Make all the seats the same price, not necessarily in the same price, but it's like, I mean, they got to try to make their money, but I don't know. I wonder how Disney's gonna do it.
What's been cool is seeing Universal let people in. Disney, they're taking you. I think you got to like set up a reservation to get into the park. So, and then I heard people that went to Universal said that it was cool. Like there was nobody there because the capacity is 70.
Imagine.
Yeah, insane, man. A whole different day and age. The WWE has kind of like set the tone in a different way. I don't know if you guys have seen the product that they put on TV nowadays, but at first there was nobody in the stands, in the crowd at all. They were doing it from the Performance Center up the road over here in Orlando, and now they have the wrestlers that are in the developmental league. You know, the ones that are training. Those are the ones that are in the audience. So there's still like a feel of people cheering and booing and whatnot, and kind of like lending to the story in that sense. But the fact that those are the people that are supposed to be working behind the scenes with them anyways, I think their reactions to the performers are like wrestlers would react to it, not necessarily like fans would react to it. So I think they're mixing the two together. The two reactions are, I don't know, it's different, man. It's a whole different experience because we want to react as fans one way, but we see the wrestlers that are, reacting a different way, and it's like, it's the good guys and the bad guys come off different. So it's interesting, man. It's a whole dynamic.
Have you guys watched any UFC fights? Like,
yes,
like I just seen replays, and it's crazy to hear just like crickets, right? There's nothing like when somebody knocked, like this guy that just recently fought, knocked this dude out, and it's just like echoes. All you hear the corner, the corner going wild, right?
Yeah.
But that's it. I'm just like,
see, that amazing. So like, I've always been a huge fan of MMA, and one of the things I was a fan of was The Ultimate Fighter. That was a good show where they would like it was like, Survivor, but so like every fight they had was in a warehouse or in a gym with no audience. So I was used to that presentation of, here these two guys fighting, and there's not necessarily a crowd, but you got the coaches in the corner yelling instructions, and you're hearing the slaps, and you're hearing them sweat. It's crazy. And so when I seen that kind of presentation, I was like, all right, this is more raw than something that I've seen before. So I was cool with it. I kind of prefer it a little more than the fucking crowd. Fuck people. I hate people, bro. So no, fuck the crowd. No.
Yo, what have y'all been doing like during COVID? Like any special projects around the house? Anything? I don't know. I've been like handyman around the fucking house lately. I don't know.
Handy Mandy over here.
I don't know.
What'd you do? You did the fan.
You did you rearranged, right?
Yeah, you came by and you saw that I had rearranged the living room a little bit. Yeah, the whole area is kind of different. But I was trying to. It's like you guys were saying, like it's hard to sit at home and feel like you could work. So I felt like I had to change the flow around here so I could be able to work. And since I'm not doing work this for the next month and a half or 2 months, I've been focusing a lot of writing. So there's like some stories I want to get published and put onto like Amazon Nook and all that stuff. So if I get some work published, that'd be pretty dope. Use the time now, just invest in myself and go from there.
That's what's up. So like, I don't know if y'all see that.
Yeah, it's a fan.
That's the fan I installed.
Okay.
Recently.
Yeah, I would have that fan running the entire time.
I've never installed a fan in my life.
How was it?
And then I did a sink, just change the faucet basically.
I've done that, yeah.
Rearrange the garage.
Okay.
A lot of great, just been. I did carpets. I bought like a little vacuum, carpet cleaner in a sense.
Oh yeah.
Clean the carpet.
Yeah, like it's a big red vacuum that you rent.
I don't know, man.
Right?
Right, but that's I was like, they're not renting them. They weren't renting them for COVID, so I just had to go out and buy one.
Oh wow.
So, but I feel like that's so much better because it's like you're not rushing to do the whole house in one day. Back. That shit, pain in the ass, and that just drains you to do the whole house. But I don't know, man. I feel like become a little domesticated here, what I'm saying? Putting fans up and shit.
Yeah,
changing sinks. Holler at your boy if you need a plumber, if you need an electrician. No, I'm just kidding.
An electrician.
I'm just trying to, once the real estate started kicking off, you know what I'm saying? Once the real estate kicks off, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna install fans and faucets. Call me for the demolition too.
Call me for the demolition. I got this,
bro. That's gonna be dope.
It
will be down some sheetrock.
Look at you, man. John, John does floors. What? Shout out to John.
Yeah.
Boy can do a floor like a motherfucker.
Yeah, we've been talking to him, man. He's been pretty instrumental in some things.
Yeah.
I
remember I did a couple jobs with Sean and Frank, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I wouldn't mind dabbling into that. So that honestly it's not super hard. It's like as long as you have the material, like the right, equipment and you got the measurements right, that it's fairly like easy. Just
Word up.
Right. But,
that's the only way
Yamimo.
Have you realized that there's like only so much TV you can watch? Like I got a lot of subscriptions and I feel like I've been through all of them.
Yeah, I got rid of Disney. was like, fuck that
Really?
shit.
No more Disney Plus.
Yeah.
All right, well,
And I just did the HBO.
yeah.
And I've been watching Westworld, bro.
You like that,
Woo!
man?
Westworld's the shit.
Westworld.
You don't like
Hard,
Westworld
bro.
either, son? What's going on here?
I got some
Yo, son.
Get past that first season, you're
Westworld is
gonna hate it,
pretty
bro.
hard.
Get past the
No
first season.
way.
You're gonna be like,
it's
that's
better second and third
What?
season, bro.
You're the first person I've ever heard say that.
Wow.
Everybody is
Damn.
like, yeah, they're not even. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah. Like, all right.
Oh my gosh, you're
Yo,
bugging, bro.
it's
Everybody I know
It's still
loves
first
that.
season.
Third
It's still first
season,
season, but
Enjoy that, George. You'll tell
first
everyone what you think.
season, yo, that shit's wild.
Yeah.
First season got a little crazy because I mean I watched it a
Crazy.
couple
It
times.
hooks
Like
you. It could hook you. It just
I
drops you
just
afterwards.
watched it like
Who does it?
I've been
You're
doing
such
other
a...
things. I just watched it.
It does
I
not
had to
drop
go
you.
back
Get
and-
out of here. You just can't keep up, baby. That's the problem.
Well, let's see what George thinks about it after a while. You're gonna be our guinea pig, George. Oh yeah. He just
Yo,
hasn't been dropped yet.
Like I said, man, I watched it probably like I had to go back and watch it like because I just watch shit passively for the most part.
Yeah.
But I did sit down and actually watch, and I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah,
And
that's
started
one you
kicking
can't.
out. I was,
You can't.
yeah,
sit
you
there
can't
and
watch
let
it
play.
passively.
Yeah.
You really got to do pay attention, and I mean, like I started picking up on things that I was hearing, but I really wasn't watching. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they're little. They're little.
It's a
too.
crazy,
Just
it's
little
a crazy little
things, bro.
story. Yeah. So
Nah,
I like
love
the
the
little.
concept.
I like the Wild Wild West stories, because I used to grow up
Yeah,
with
man.
that shit. Like my
For
dad
sure, me
used
too.
to be a fan of like old school Wild Wild West movies. So like I like that vibe too. Like
Yeah,
right.
it's cool to see somebody bringing that out there. Like I really haven't seen much of that.
That's what I
lately.
liked about The Mandalorian. Was The Mandalorian felt like a Western that was just straight up in science fiction. Well, speaking of which, they're coming out with the season 2 in
Dude.
October.
Yep.
They just announced that, so I'm excited for that shit, bro.
Yeah, 2's gonna be dope. What else have I been watching besides? You started watching Hunters. I don't know if you ever heard of that on Hulu.
Yeah, with the Jewish assassins, whatever.
Yeah, Nazi
No,
Hunters.
that's Amazon, no?
Yeah,
Is it Amazon?
yeah, you're right. It's Amazon.
It is.
No, it is Amazon. You're right. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that is Amazon.
Yeah,
That
so I've
shit
been
slaps
watching
too.
that. I saw 13th yesterday, which was dope. Very educational, very intriguing. Like the shit you learn from that.
Yeah, I'm watching Full House, new episodes.
Full House? Come on, how'd you go from westerns to Full House?
Cut the live stream, bro.
That's
Yo.
it. It's over. We're
Let's
done.
cut it.
Cut it out.
It's over.
Cut it out. Yo, Full House, man.
No.
That's his girl, bro.
Age,
That's his
baby.
girl. That's his girl.
Yo, I'm not ashamed.
Which
I
one?
used to watch Full House, man, and I'm still watching it.
I used to watch it, yeah, but I'm not. Nope.
You don't watch them on Netflix?
No.
No,
Fuller
I
House?
gotta watch
Absolutely not. No, I don't.
Well, yeah, Full House. Exactly.
Absolutely not.
There's a good Western on Netflix called Godless. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but if you haven't, check that one out. It's got the guy from Dumb and Dumber on there. The guy, I never can remember his name. But Lloyd, check that shit out. No, not Lloyd. That's fucking Jim Carrey. The other guy. It's got him in it. So check it out. It's a good one.
He also did a really good HBO show back in the day. It was back in the day. It was like 2-3 years ago, maybe. I think it was like news.
Political show?
Yeah, it was a political kind of news show.
Yeah. Same guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Sure, man. I definitely want to. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah, I think it's about newscasters. You're right. Some journalists.
Yeah, it's a really good show. I forget what it is now, but.
Well, I'll give you another little nugget. Something I watch really passively. Good Place on Netflix.
Crickets.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
it.
Oh
Good
man, y'all missing out.
What a good place. What is it about?
If it's like
So the
Fuller
Good
House.
Place is basically it's 5 or 4 individuals, right? Basically, they die and they go to hell, but the twist is that they're in hell. There's an architect basically, and he sets it up as like they're really in heaven. But the point is to, como se dice, like fuck their life up, and they're torturing them in a sense
through like a simulation.
Good place, but they're still torturing them with like little innuendos and little things that they really like hate in a sense, just like small little things. So they don't know that they're in hell in a sense, but then they finally find out that they're in hell. Blah 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 blah. It's a nice little up vibe show. I like it.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Fuck y'all, y'all don't.
There's one like that called Upload on Amazon. Have you heard that one?
Upload was awesome.
Oh,
Upload.
I saw
was
Upload
awesome.
too. I saw.
Yeah, I liked Upload.
Interesting concepts, man. It's like almost like humans are coming face to face with their own mortality.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Man, I thought it was funny. It could have been corny at times, but it was still good. Oh, Space Force,
definitely.
man.
Good Places, hello.
Oh, Space Force.
Space Force.
Like,
it was funny. It was funny. It's fun. Yo.
I haven't checked it out yet.
The fucking chimp, man. The fucking chimp.
Marcus and Theodore.
I got it. That's what Steve Carell, right?
Yeah.
Right, I gotta check it out.
And John Malkovich, bro. John Malkovich freaking killed his part, bro. There's this one scene where he's venting on this Chinese scientist, kind of like head engineer for the Chinese space program.
Yeah. And
he's drunk, and oh, bro, it's probably the greatest 5 to 10 minutes of TV I have seen in a very long time. I mean, John Malkovich is brilliant.
All right,
awesome.
I'm gonna check it out. It's gotta be on my list now.
Yeah, and it's an easy season. It's 10 episodes. I blew by it, but it's easy to watch.
Word up, man. I said Bugs Bunny to a kid the other day. He was like, "Who's that?" That hurt my soul.
He said what?
I showed Bugs Bunny to a kid.
What happened?
I showed Bugs Bunny to a kid the other day, and he was like, "Who's that?"
And he was like, "Who's that?"
Damn, that's crazy.
Wait till LeBron drops the new Space Jam. That's why.
I was like, "What's up, Doc?" And he just looked at me like I was stupid.
Damn, didn't even know who Bugs Bunny was. That's crazy.
I said Daffy Duck, and he thought Donald Duck. He tried to correct me, and I was like, "No, bitch, Daffy Duck."
Daffy Duck. It's a whole different thing, bro. Get out of here.
So they don't get it. These kids don't know. You gotta put these kids on, bro.
I don't know.
I like it.
And if you're watching this and you actually came to watch it and you stuck with us this long, we appreciate you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We love you.
Sorry for the little hiatus that we took.
Oh no, don't worry about the hiatus.
Yeah, you know what? That hiatus is well deserved though, because now we're bringing you guys your season 3. Season 2 is in the books. Make sure you go check that out on SoundCloud and YouTube, because it's all over the place. It's got entertainment that you're so gonna love. All right. So on behalf of, go ahead.
Well, and let us know how you feel about this new video.
Yeah,
I think this might work. I like
pretty
this.
Cool. So
I like it. We can knock it out.
There's gonna be no editing. It's gonna be raw.
Nah, man.
It's all raw.
Yeah.
That's how George likes it, bro. That's weird. No Vaseline.
I like it raw.
Right. Look at his dungeon, bro.
ODB, baby.
Look at that sex.
Giving
to black light.
Yeah, no black light in George's room.
No black light in George's room. Get out of here.
Yo, why is it about me, yo? Why
get out of my neighborhood?
Dungeon. My sex dungeon. Yo, don't worry about me, sweethearts.
Don't worry about me, sweetheart.
I like that you put away the chains and the ropes, that you don't let nobody see that you were discreet. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I had to put away the sex ones.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, on behalf of Hip Hip 407, on behalf of Stay Young, Live Fresh, and Christopher Sy Anthony, thank you guys. Check out the podcast. Catch you later, freaks.
Deserve peace.
Jack on the